Hey, so I just got back from more yard sales, garage sales, etc. this past weekend. I went to a total of 8 sales, and I found some great items again. I found a lot of things that I want to keep, things that I was going to have to buy myself anyway, so it's going to save me a lot of money. Then I also found some items that I'm going to be selling on eBay. So today I want to go over how much I spent, how much I'll be making on eBay, and then how much I spent on items that I'm going to be keeping and what their value is. So stay tuned. I have collectibles, I have yard tools, I have old books, and I have a power tool. So I will show you that all here now. So the first thing that I have here are some old football cards that I got at this guy's yard sale. I went up there, he had like 10 items maybe just sitting on a table, and I was just going to pass it by so I could go to a different sale that was a couple houses down. But as I was walking by, I saw that he had some binders sitting on there, and I wasn't sure, maybe there's stamps, maybe there's coins. It happened to be some cards. He had a lot of baseball cards over like from the 80s and the early 90s, which I wasn't terribly interested in. But I saw these football cards, and I started looking through them, and I recognized a lot of these cards that my dad had whenever he was younger. So I started looking through them. I wanted to make sure that there were some cards that were decent, like this Dick Butkus. It's in great shape. I've got a Jack Ham rookie card, Roger Staubach, Joe Namath, Johnny Unitas. I know that these are big names, Hall of Famers, a lot of rookie cards here. So how these were set up, they were in this binder. So he had this labeled for $10. I looked through, in the first couple pages, the cards were a little bent up, and the binder's in bad shape, and the cards were really tight in there. So what I did was I went ahead and I cut out the cards individually so that I could go ahead and sort these, because I was thinking about selling these as individual cards to get my money back, or actually to increase my value here and make a lot of profit. But I think I'm going to go ahead and just list these as an auction and kind of see what the value is. So overall, I paid $10 for all of these cards. There's over 300 cards here, and I looked for similar eBay listings. So I did see a lot on eBay that had 130 cards, and those sold for $20. So I have over 300 cards, so I think it'd be safe to say that I'll make $40 to $50 on this alone. So with the fees in that, it'll probably cost me $9, so I'll make somewhere around $30, $31 for these cards. Okay, so next I went to an estate sale, and they were selling everything in the house, including the house. So I went through, I noticed that they had a lot of books stacked up against the wall, so I went over and I started checking those out. They said that the books were $1/4 each, so I was like, can't really go wrong there. So I just looked through. A lot of them are older books. Some of them are in bad shape. This is an example of one of the books that I bought. This is a 1961 Edgar Allan Poe stories book. I didn't know if this had any value. I knew that the book was in decent shape. The cover's not in great shape. The dust jacket is missing. However, I started looking it up on eBay, and I did see some of these selling for about $10, $8. With the fees in that, I think that everything in all would cost me about $4, so I would probably make another $4 on top of that. So, pay 25 cents, make $4. The next one is, this one has a bookmark in it. So this was the first book that I picked up there, because I saw it right away, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I know that this is still a much beloved book by many readers out there, and there's tons of these that sell every single day. This one, the dust jacket is there, but as you can see, it's in it's kind of beat up. However, this is a numbered copy, so it got me interested to see what the value is in here. So I looked through, and I saw that this one is from 1937. So it's one of the very first copies out there with the dust jacket. I did see some of these on eBay selling for over $50. I would be surprised if I sold this for less than $50. So I paid $25. I'll get $50. I'll all in all, I will be making about $45 in profit just on this book alone. The next book I bought for $0.25 was this Stephen King hardback Firestarter. This has the dust jacket as well, and this one's in pretty good shape. So the book itself is from 1980. All the pages are here, no rips, no tears, no writing. Doesn't smell weird. So again, paid $0.25. These books are selling for about $10 on eBay. So with the fees in that, fees are going to be about $4 with shipping and eBay and PayPal. So I'll make probably $6 on this book. Alright, in the garage now. Nothing too exciting here, but I did just buy this house, so I still need a lot of different equipment to keep up the yard and maintain things like that. So I went to an estate sale. It's the same one that had the books for 25 cents, and what they had were some yard tools, which is kind of what I was looking for. So what I bought here is a garden rake, a set of loppers to trim trees, and then I also bought an axe. So this is a nice axe, very solid. Definitely needs to be sharpened in that, but all of this was $10. If I were to buy an axe that was new, this would have been $28, which I would have had to buy anyway. So I'm going to give this a value of $28. Even I know it's not new, but that's how much I would have had to pay for it. The loppers here, I would give a value of $30. That's based on what it costs at Home Depot or Lowe's. Again, I know it's not new, but this is going to get the job done, and I would have had to spend $30 to get a pair. And then the garden rake, these are $20, $25, again at Home Depot or Lowe's. So yeah, these items aren't for sale. These are for personal use only. Okay, so last couple items that I had here. We went to another yard sale that had a bunch of kids stuff, so I wasn't expecting much from that. However, my wife did point out this mirror. So this mirror, it's a solid wood frame. So this is every bit of 50 pounds. Wasn't able to find any mirrors like this for less than $100. So what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and I might repaint this. However, it looks all right. I'm just going to have to look for studs. We're going to hang this above the dresser. So we've been looking for a mirror like this, and this one was only $5. So this was a great deal. So this is not an item I'm going to be selling or anything. This is going to be something that we're going to keep. Okay, so the last item that I bought, we were driving by a garage sale. They had 3 items sitting on a table, and that's it in the driveway. There was no one at the table. The garage was closed. The front door was closed. So we went and checked it out and didn't see a price tag on this. So went and knocked on the door. Guy answered. He said, "Oh, so you're interested in that? You're starting to collect some tools in that?" I was like, "Yeah." So he came out. He's like, "So how much you want to give me for this?" And then he immediately said $10. And I was like, I hope it works if he's selling this for $10. I said, that'd be great, $10. I know that these things are valued. For a new one at Ace, this would be $130. And this is something that I really needed and I was looking for anyway. So I went ahead and I started it right up. I had some test pieces of trim that I wanted to try out before I start actually doing this to my house. So yeah, everything worked out well. So yeah, this was another great deal. So I went ahead and did some calculations of how much I spent, how much I'm going to be making in profit on eBay, and then how much value I have from the items that I'm going to be keeping. So in total, I spent $36. So the cards were $10, the lawn equipment was $10, the scroll saw here was $10, and then the books were $0.25 each, so 75 cents. So this was about $36 in total. Then with eBay, I estimate that I can sell the cards and all the books for about $108. The fees there would be a total of $21, which would leave me with an $87 profit after shipping, PayPal, and eBay fees. Now the items that I'm going to be keeping, they're valued at a total of $343. Now this is considering that the axe is worth $28, The garden rake is worth $25. The loppers are worth $30. The scroll saw is worth $130. And then the mirror is also worth $130. So all these values added up to $343, and I'll be making $87, and I only spent $36 all day. Best of luck to you out there.